Here we go. Hey guys, how are you doing? This week is kind of the first topic video, and most of the things I want to talk about are things that are educational, or things that I'm passionate about, or things that I just want to be super real about. And this week, it's kind of about two main things. One, being fearlessness, and two, learning how to stop tiptoeing around things. This is something I really want to talk about, not only because it's got me fired up, but I just feel like it would be maybe a little insightful for some other people to think about as well. Now, when we're talking about fearlessness, I just feel like our generation doesn't have that. I mean, I feel like in educational systems or job opportunities or career options, we're just afraid to just jump out and risk everything and put everything out on the table because we have nothing left to lose. And I don't know why. And I've done this so many times. I have anxiety. It was a lot worse when I was younger. And mainly it was from trying new things or going to places I'd never known before. And it stopped me from doing a lot of things that I could have had so much fun doing, or maybe didn't like, or could have liked a lot, but I didn't even try some of the things. I remember my grandparents had their 50th wedding anniversary out in Hawaii, and my parents were saying, let's try this, let's do that. The anxiety made me so afraid to be away from home that I just didn't want to do anything. And I so regret not doing anything on that trip, because who knows when I'm going to get to go back to Hawaii. That is such a cool thing, and I didn't even get an opportunity to do anything fun because I was just so afraid of being away from home. And now look at me, I'm in New York City, all the way across the nation, and I'm living here. So now I'm starting to live my life, and I'm just so glad I've gotten over that section of it with the anxiety. However, being fearful has always been a part of my life. Being in class and being afraid to raise my hand because I don't want to get the answer wrong and look stupid. Being afraid to stand out and be a voice in the crowd and give my opinion for fear of somebody judging me, or things like that. It's all those little things that I just feel like our generation has a huge problem with. The second thing I want to talk about is tiptoeing. And I am guilty on many occasions of doing this because I'm afraid of confrontation, and I'm afraid to be honest with somebody because I have this big problem of I don't want people to think I'm a mean person. I'm always wanting to please other people, and I always want to make people happy, and I want people to look at me and say, she is nice. And sometimes I have to not do that. I think it's so appropriate to take other people's emotions and feelings and thoughts into consideration, because I feel like some people don't do that at all. However, tiptoeing is something that I consider to be avoiding the problem. If you are having a problem with somebody and something bad is happening and it's gonna be a problem to talk to this person, you gotta put aside the, oh my god, I'm gonna hurt their feelings, or oh my god, this isn't gonna go well. Like, you just gotta be honest with people. And I always say that if they're your best friend, they're gonna risk the friendship to be honest with you, and they're gonna tell you what you need to hear and not what you wanna hear. And I think that's a great way to figure out who your true friends are and who your not so true friends are, because your real friend is gonna risk the relationship to be honest with you. And to be honest, as we're talking about honesty right now, sometimes the truth can hurt really bad. But it's much more worth it to hear the truth. And I have so much more respect for somebody who can just be honest with me, and rather than tiptoe around the problem. And that is something I realize that I have an issue with. Now, I'm not saying be rude about this. I'm not saying at all to be rude about this. But if you have a problem, you can always approach the person politely and say, hey, what's going on? Am I making you mad? Is there something that's bothering you? Why don't we just talk about it? Because that way you get everything out in the open, and there's no problems and there's no drama created. Tiptoeing is just something that I think needs to be stopped. I don't like confrontation because it bothers me and it makes me uncomfortable. But I would much rather confront somebody about a situation, get it all out on the table, and fix the problem, rather than avoid it and just make the problem worse and worse. I don't want to do that, and I know that other people don't want to do that too. So here are the major lessons for this week. Don't live in fear. Be fearless. Jump out on a limb. Do something that scares you. I know that this is so much easier said than done, But there are things you need to take risks with. I am out here living in New York City, trying to pursue an acting career, a stage career, a film career, a music career. I'm trying to do everything at once, and I know it's a lot. But I'm not just gonna get it done sitting around doing nothing. Like, you have to have ambition, and you have to say, you know what? What do I have to lose? I don't have anything to lose. So I have to just go out there and say, here I am, what are you gonna do about it? And not in a rude way, but in a strong, confident way that you know is gonna get you places. And number 2, don't tiptoe around situations anymore. I know it's so easy to just avoid problems and pretend like they never happened, but I'm sick of it and I don't want to do it anymore, and I'm sure some of you don't want to do it anymore. So, risk the friendship, risk what could be good just to be honest. Just confront the person and tell them what's bothering you, or ask them what's bothering them. And if you need to be honest with somebody and you know it's gonna hurt their feelings, approach it in the most polite way possible. There's always a way to be polite about things. Manners these days have really gone out the door, and it makes me sad. You can be honest and nice at the same time. I think there's always a way. Whew, that was a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know if you guys are even gonna like this topic, and I was kind of realizing in myself that these were issues that I needed to approach and I need to fix. Hopefully you guys will just kind of listen to what I have to say. I feel like that's a really valuable lesson to learn, how to be honest with other people and be fearless and do what you love and do something that you won't ever regret for the rest of your life. And if you don't like these videos, please let me know. I'll make some other content. I mean, I know I usually make music content because I'm trying to get my voice out there, but I also want to have some kind of voice with thoughts and actions and things like that. If you liked what you saw, tell me to do more. I mean, I have all kinds of other topics I want to talk about and discuss. You can also give this video a thumbs up if you want to, and if you like what you see and you still want to see more and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. I think that will really help me out, and spread the word, tell all your friends, show them the singing and the discussion videos, because I think these are great topics for discussion, and I really want to get you guys thinking and challenging yourself how to live a full life and live it to the biggest potential you possibly can. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye!